We are through turn 7. Japanese players doing pretty well at 55 victory points. 70 isn't an auto victory. The game is played through 12 turns, and if the Japanese player is at 70, they're victorious. So the way things sit, I can see it being very difficult to get those last 15 points. So there's a 10-point city here and then 2 5s. They got kicked out of the 10 there. They were trying to hold it down with this 4-8 unit there, and he got ganged up on. Lost that city. So there's potentially still 30 points out, but to get a force amassed, I guess really even just to about there is going to be pretty tough. Also, the Russian player is definitely on the offensive here. Kind of made a stand at this mountain pass. The Japanese player was trying to just break out, but it didn't happen. And as we enter winter here, we are in November. The Russian player is getting more units or more replacement points per turn. Turn 8 is 16 for the Russian and 12 for the Japanese. And that just, it stays 16 for the Russian, but the Japanese player, December is 10, January is 10, February and March are 8. So things aren't getting better there. Captured Port Arthur and Darien and Nanshan. Just keeping some weaker units down there to kind of hold the fort. Making their way up the railroad, hopefully to launch an offensive there. So the way the game is playing out, it's really, I've had a book on this subject on my wish list for a while. I'm kind of hoping for it for Christmas. I really want to see how this conflict played out. The one disappointing thing with the rulebook is there isn't any historical notes. That'd be pretty interesting to read. So that's where things sit now. It's going a little bit better for the Japanese than I thought. They're definitely coming in strong with some 9-8 units through here. What's tough is the stacking limit keeps it to 2 divisions at most, which is what's there. I think I did fudge that earlier. I had it's a total of 4 X's, and I think I had 8. So, but I think what happened there was inevitable no matter what. They came in as 1 stack, but they really could have been 2 stacks and be attacking the same unit, so it didn't matter, I don't think. But so yeah, that's where we said. I'm really interested to see where this thing goes. Rooting for the Japanese, like I do. So we'll see. And we're done. We are through turn 12, 1 year of play. The Japanese sit at 72 victory points. It was tight. I think as the Russians I might have played a little bit loosely. No, this guy should be there. So I think as the Russians, what you need to do is cut off supply here. If the Japanese control the ports, those are supply sources. So if the Russian player cuts off here, and these 3 spaces here are supply spaces, if the Russian had been able to surround those spots, all of these units would have been out of supply, so 2 turns and they'd be eliminated. I think I saw that a turn too late. This guy just got here, I guess maybe 2 turns too late. The Russians were trying to get down here and envelop, but they couldn't make it. Also, I severely underestimated the Russian winter. January and February, or February and March weren't too bad, but January was pretty tough. I think December was pretty tough also. I really enjoyed the game in total, even just playing solitaire. I think it played out very elegantly. One of the things I liked was that even the gamey aspects of it didn't really feel that gamey. The Akashi track is a little bit strange, but I get it historically that it's kind of it's random, so it's a die roll. I understand that, and I get the simplified naval rules. That's fine. With the Japanese pulling in to protect their supply point, because as long as they can keep the Russian out of here, they can still get supply into Korea. But I understand as the Japanese, these are the 3 clear terrain hexes, so they would want to protect the supply route. So even though, it's gamey the last few turns, you're going to protect what you need to protect and protect the victory point hexes, but they want these cities and they want this supply source, so it makes sense. It doesn't feel like the end of some of the CDGs where you just kind of start pulling forces in, and maybe historically that, or thematically I should say, that stuff still does make sense, but I really enjoyed this one. Barely pulled it off, 2 points to the positive for the Japanese. I don't know if there's, it's just if the Japanese are above 70, they're good. If not, they're not. So that's that. That is the Tided Sunrise.